Cane, composed by Mark Ford, comes from his book Technique Through Music and can be found on page 36. Play from the beginning and stop at the downbeat of measure 35. Now right at the top, you'll see a description, groove intense. This description goes a long way to determining the overall musical style required for a successful performance. To achieve a groove, be sure to internalize tempo. Really feel it in there. If you are able to internalize the pulse, it helps to protect the space between the notes. I say this all the time. It's very important to protect that space, especially the right-hand quarter notes at the beginning. Practice just the right hand with the metronome to work on pulse consistency. Think of the overall pulse as being ever so slightly held back, and you'll have the feeling for a good groove. Now, from a technical standpoint, it's very important that you execute very clear double vertical strokes in both hands. Be sure not to flam them. This is very important, as it will be easy to do that. You can work on this by setting the mallets on the keyboard while still holding the mallets. Rotate the wrist left and right until your palm is perpendicular to the floor. Secure the mallets with the fingers and rotate the wrist. Do not allow the mallets to move inside the hand. In measure 15, the performer is required to play a 2-against-3 rhythm between the hands. This rhythm is featured throughout the last part of the etude. Practice this rhythm slowly at first, being sure that each hand is playing their respective rhythm correctly. Be especially careful with the right-hand quarter note triplets. Be sure they can be subdivided equally by 8th note triplets and not 16th notes. An important challenge with cane is dynamic balance between the hands. Be sure to follow all dynamic indications in the score in regards to balance, as it indicates which hand has the melodic material. You'll notice in measure 15 the term legato. This is an articulation marking that asks the performer to play notes to their full length. While we won't roll these notes, of course, there are a few things we can do to help realize this indication. First, relax your grip pressure. This will allow for a natural rebound of the mallet off the bar, which minimizes the attack and helps draw attention to the sustain of the note. Also use fluid, slow strokes. This keeps the mallet velocity slower, which creates a warmer, more legato sound from the instrument. Lastly, consider using a more loosely wrapped mallet, which by design minimizes the attack. I've chosen my signature line of mallets from Innovative Percussion. I've got a TB2 in mallet slot 1 and then 3 TB3s the rest of the way up. You have a great opportunity in the B section to experiment with phrasing. Within the legato context, try as many ways as you can think of to play musically with your right hand. If you can do this, it will create a nice contrast to the rest of the piece. Measure 24 is the trickiest part of this etude. It helps me to stand a bit further to the right so I can hit all the correct notes in the right hand. Lastly, be sure to read the official performance guides, as they offer other suggestions and important changes. And remember, this is fun to play. Don't get in a rut and play it the same way every time.